Namaste. Hello, I'm Sianna Sherman, and here's a little story about Ganesha from Mythic Yoga Flow. So Ganesha is the archetypal energy of breakthrough, of meeting ourselves when we're in a place of challenge and learning how that challenge can become our opportunity for growth and expansion. And Ganesha is the head of a great big elephant of wisdom placed upon a little boy's body. And there's a long story how he got that way, but the most important thing right now is that he has two long tusks that the elephant has, and one of his tusks is broken. So Ganesha has a broken tusk, and he's wondering, what can I do with this broken tusk? Now, at the same time, there's this great sage by the name of Vyasa. And Vyasa is about to write the world's longest epic called the Mahabharata. It will be 100,000 shlokas and more. And he says to himself, I'm going to narrate this great epic, and I will need someone who's smart enough and fast enough and wise enough to keep up with me and be the scribe of this epic as I narrate it. Who could this be? And then he knows right away, I will ask Ganesha. So he goes to Ganesha and he says, Ganesha, I want to ask you to be my scribe for 100,000 verses of the world's greatest epic. And Ganesha says, well, you know, I have this one broken tusk and I've been wondering what to do with it, and now this gives me a good idea. I will be your scribe, but I don't want to get bored. So if you stop at any point in a narration of your epic, then I will stop too, and I will no longer scribe. And Vyasa thinks, but this great epic has to have pause and profound messages to come through. So he retorts back to Ganesha and he says, well, here's the thing. As long as you understand every single thing I say, then I will keep narrating the story. And so they come to this agreement that Vyasa will narrate the great Mahabharata epic, and it will be laden with profound messages and teachings, and it will have a flow. And Ganesha will have to understand every single thing that is said by Vyasa as he writes. And if for a moment he needs to pause and reflect, then Vyasa will stop the narration until Ganesha understands. And so they come to this agreement, and Ganesha takes his one broken tusk and he takes a big well of ink, he dips it in there, and he begins to scribe the Mahabharata. And it's just, for me, I think of this just like the breath. The breath, it flows, and yet the breath has pause and moments where we enter with our stream of awareness to really hear the message from inside our hearts. So there's flow and there's pause. There's cadence and rhythm, and it's laden with our awareness and with the deep meaning of our heart's message. And this is exactly the story between Ganesha and Vyasa. And see, the thing is that Ganesha is usually the one that the practices are, oh, please take away these obstacles in my life, remove the obstacles. And Ganesha is also the one known as Vigneshvara, the placer of the obstacles. So for the yogi, every single obstacle, every single challenge in our life is something that we can turn into. And by turning into it, we actually learn about ourselves, grow ourselves. So what happens in this story is that what seems like a curse to have a broken tusk, like something broken, something we want to fix about ourselves, is actually the gateway to how we learn about ourselves and make beauty. The curse becomes the verse, the challenge, the opportunity. That which we are struggling with is the very gateway for the depth and profundity of our own practice, where the message of the heart comes shining through. So thank you for listening. Namaste.